Hello, and I'm back. And this time, I hope there is sound. I don't know if the person who commented earlier is still there. I would have given up if I saw somebody going lips, lips, lips. I would have given up. So, um, but if you're still there, please let me know if everything is fine this time. Right. So I'm back with my muffin. Here's my muffin sitting on purring here on my lap because muffin is always on my lap. No matter what I do, Muffin is going to be on my lap. She's just a muffin, a lap muffin. So, all right. So, let's let's talk a little bit about life because you know what, we all walk around and we all look okay. And in absolutely everybody's life, let me just switch this light off here. Where's it? There. That's better. Okay. So, in everybody's life, we have stuff going on all the time. It is just how life is. And all of us are like, let's go to the shop, go and buy bread. Hi, how's it? No, fine. How's the kids? Lovely, lovely to see you. Bye. Off we go with our bread and our milk. And that's our short version, and that is just how it is. And we don't walk around with our long faces, and we really, for our mental health, we shouldn't. We should not be walking around with long faces and moaning to everybody. And not everybody is safe people. But also, if we do walk around the whole day with long faces, we bring ourselves down. We bring down our mental energy. And when we bring down our mental energy, we bring down our physical energy. So we don't want to do that. So, but in spite of that, there's always stuff happening which is really hard to live with. Like what happened with us in this last 2 weeks has been a bit challenging. My husband Jan, some of you know that he had an accident, a motorcycle accident nearly 3 years ago, and it's been free operations, and he was supposed to be on the mend now, and we had big plans. We like going on motorbike trips, so we were planning to do a nice long trip by June, July, and we and he's been planning his power paragliding because he's crazy about power paragliding, and it's been something that he's been wanting to do, and he's got all the machinery and the gear and everything else to go up there in the air. And a month ago he fell on his knee, and so he went for x-rays, went to the surgeon, and he got really bad news last week, which was he have to have a knee replacement, but not just like, okay, tough luck, you have to knee replacement, go off. It is walk for another 6 months. When you walk for another 6 months, hopefully the osteoporosis on your leg is going to be better. Then we take out all the plates and the pins and everything else that's in it, and then you take another 6 months, you heal, and then you come back and you do the next knee op. So we are talking year and a half before any normality is restored. And he was dashed. He was crushed. He was on the floor. And he has ADD, so he zones out very easily when stuff like this happens. But now he knows it does. So he really made an effort not to zone out and to come back into his body. But it's hard for us. It's hard for all of us when our hopes are dashed and when our plans go wrong. Plans go wrong all the time, especially in this time of COVID. So that's a little bit of that. So it's been tough. And I want to also tell you about my very naive encounter with permanent eyebrows. So I have had thyroid problems for quite some time now. And, it was literally like one day I didn't have eyebrows anymore. And I used to look like Brooke Shields with these thick eyebrows. And all of a sudden, they were gone, and there was just a little bit sitting here. And my hair fell out. So my hair fell out, and I had about a third of my hair left on my head. So it was very scary. And nothing as scary as your hair and your eyebrows falling out. Your hair falls out, there's like something wrong with you. And so I'm better now. The thyroid things are not so bad anymore. I still have to manage it, but the eyebrows are not coming back. And every single week, every single day of my life, I have to try and paint them on, and I can't see where they are. When my glasses are on, I can't see where they are. So during the 11-day online limiting beliefs challenge, everybody at home worked to do something really nice for themselves. And I mean, it's really good if you do something nice for yourself every day, but it's also good if you make a special point of treating yourself every now and again. So I decided, okay, fine, I'm going to do permanent eyebrows. I had no idea what it is. I thought somebody was coming with a little brush and brushing it on. So no, it's not like that. Okay, so I Googled, I found a salon, I went there. The plus of this whole thing is that this lady took great care. She measured where they're really supposed to be, and actually back where they're supposed to be now, because she took she did it very professional. And then it was tick, 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 nearly, I don't know, more than an hour of agony. It wasn't that bad, but for 8 days, you are not allowed to wash your face, and you are not allowed, if it starts itching, you're not allowed to touch it. And I mean, at the end of 8 days, it's like all the paint falls off. Now you only have half of the eyebrow color left, and I didn't know that. So the painful part is I have to do it again if I want it to last. That's the really painful part. Yeah, that's all for being naive and going through a learning curve, and we all have to do that. If you've never done something before, you have to be willing to make mistakes. You have to be willing to laugh at yourself. So that's my normal life. I try to do self-care. I still think it's a good thing because I don't have to stand color them in. I mean, I sit and I do lives and I go like, oh, Louise, what did you do? I'm not quite, so this one and that one doesn't look the same. So it's taken a big pain out of my life. And I have done it for myself. It was a pain to do it, but it really is something that makes my life much easier. And I want to tell you, please go out and do something wonderful for yourself. Okay, so topic for today, just walking around and looking okay when we have really big problems. And I've just heard that somebody that I've known for about 15 years have been walking around for all of this 15 years with very big problems. And I didn't know that. And I could have helped because this is something I have a lot of experience with. But I also could have helped because I could have been just a friend and just a support, because I know how it feels to have a house that's falling apart around you. You are just trying to keep everything normal, and you're just trying to not let the problem in your life spiral so out of control that it actually decimates you. Okay, so and I know this because my husband was an alcoholic, and the drinking and the money disappearing, and the unpredictability, the not being dependable, emotionally absent, that's the worst. All of those stuff has been going on. But we go to functions and we act like normal, and I'm scared to death that he's going to get drunk. And he has ADD, and we never knew it. But I learned somehow that I have to be so careful. I have to be so on the watch. I have to like really plan everything long in advance, because if he says unjust, then he's off and he's just going to do something, and it's usually something very disastrous because he didn't even think about it for 1 second. Like start a fire and nearly burn down the shed. That kind of disastrous, or just decide he's going to turn and then turn left over 3 lanes, hooters blaring, yeah, wife swearing, yeah, that sort of thing. So, and I looked so okay and in control right through it. Didn't tell, not even my best friend or my mother. Nobody. Didn't tell anybody. Just went along looking smiley and nice and helping other people where I can, being supportive of other people, but never ever shared about my own problems. We all do that. And so tonight, it's night here. It's probably not night everywhere. So I want to give you some pointers here. The first thing is, it's really bad if you don't share something, because if you don't share something, it remains a spiral in your head, and it feels like it's driving you insane, because it goes around and around and around, and you don't feel like you are getting somewhere with it. You can, on your own, get somewhere if you take a piece of paper and a pen and you actually do a drawing and you write down some options, or you write the hurts and frustrations out of yourself. But it's better if you come up with a plan, because then nothing goes round and round anymore. Once it becomes a plan. No, I don't have one here. Once it becomes a diagram, if I do this, this can happen. If I do this, and this is my problem, and I've got this line and that line and that line, these are my possibilities. Once it becomes a plan, it doesn't go round and round in your head anymore, and you don't feel so disempowered by the whole situation once you are starting to make plans. So talk to somebody. Tell somebody about it. Widen your circle of support. It is so important. Find yourself more support. If you have a best friend and you can't tell them something, you are not being a very good best friend. And if that best friend rejects you after that, get yourself another one. Then that person shouldn't be your best friend. And don't have just one best friend. Have many best friends. Because sooner or later, you're going to have to ask somebody to do something for you. So be very willing to take your problems to somebody else and stop being perfect. Don't worry about your fear for judgment. It's just your fear for judgment. People are not going to judge you when you have a problem. It's not shameful to have a problem. It is normal to have a problem. So ask for help. Let somebody help you. You know how much you like helping people. Don't take that away from other people. Ask for help. And remember, once you start talking about stuff, it formulates a clear, straight line somewhere where you can go. It's not just stuff swirling around in your head anymore. That swirling in your head thing is what depletes you. And if you have had a big shock, you have to work it out of your system. You have to sleep enough. You have to talk it out of your system. You have to write it out of your system. You have to be very kind to yourself. When you least want to eat or take good care of yourself, you have to put most of your attention on taking care of yourself and replenish yourself. Go into nature. Do something that you like. You will start feeling normal again. If you only focus on your pain and your hurt and you don't do something with it, if you don't talk to somebody, if you don't formulate a plan, if you don't take good care of yourself, your problem is going to eat you whole. And I ended up in helpless and hopeless because I didn't talk, because I didn't find real help and support, because I didn't let people in. I don't want anybody to end up in helpless and hopeless. I want everybody to know that there are people out there, once you become willing, who will support you, and it's going to be the most amazing sources that you have never seen coming. You just have to get over yourself. You just have to let people in and drop your fear of being judged. Remember, everybody out there is doing the same thing. That's what you have to remember. There are people who are going through big problems all the time. People have money worries, people have relationship worries, people are worried about their children, people are worried about the animal that's sick. Life can be really challenging sometimes. Talk about the hard things and connect with good people. Connect with other people and have joyous times. Make sure that you have joy in your life. Make sure you do stuff that you enjoy. Connect with other people, not only about your problems, but connect with other people to have fun, to have good conversation, to have connection. And don't be perfect. Nobody is. We all have problems. So I hope somebody is watching, and I hope somebody is actually if there is any problems, let me know. I hope there wasn't any problems this time with the recording. So this is going to be a weekly thing. I am going to just drop in, and I am going to just talk a little bit about what's going on in life and whatever revelations I've been getting in this week from whatever life is bringing me. And then, if you have any comments, if you have any questions, I'll answer them. But mostly this is just going to be a very short and impromptu hello, check-in, how are you guys? And this is how my day's been, this is how my week's been. And maybe there's something that you can take away. My new thing is I'm sending out a newsletter tonight, and it's going to be called Tiny Seeds and Big Strong Roots. And it's going to have a link to this. So if you're not on my newsletter, and if you want to be reminded, just send me a private message. And please, if you've watched, please give it a like. And if you're on YouTube, then also please just like my channel, because there's not that many people on my channel. So I would appreciate a little bit of love. It will be great. So let me quickly see here. Okay. I don't know whose Facebook user. You didn't put your name in, so you have to tell me who you are. Okay. Hi, Alex. Nice to see you. So sounds all good. Thank you. Glad you can be here. Okay. How do you like my eyebrows, Alex? Self-care. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Okay. Okay. And I don't know whose Facebook user. So please put your name in so I can say hi to you. Right. And thanks, Alex. All right. Okay, guys. So I'm going to give it 1 sec because I want to see if there's a message. Oh, hi, Sandra. Okay, yeah, there's a way. I'm never on that side. So there is a way in which you can put your name in. But I don't know how it is. Just nice to talk to you and nice to see you here. And I am going to go off. Any questions from anybody? I'd love to know if any of you are doing this looking okay and looking all wonderful thing that most of us do. Or have you stopped doing it? Are you asking for help? Are you being less perfect to the world now? Okay, let me see. Okay, so if there's no more, we want to give you guys a minute here. Okay, so if there are no comments and if there are no questions, then I'm going to sign off tonight. We will have a Facebook Live on Tuesday night again, me and Antoinette. So we'll talk about something. We don't know what it is, but we'll see you on Tuesday night, hopefully. And I'm going to say goodbye from me and from Muffin. I can just find this. Somewhere I've got a song. So I'm going to put my song on, I like playing my bye-bye song. And I'm going to wake up Muffin. Muffin can say goodbye. Okay, this is what Muffin looks like when I wake her up. And she just goes straight back to my lap, and she's purring again, and she's just the happiest cat in the world. So, okay, and that's also self-care, to let Muffin sit on my lap and be happy. Okay, guys, lots of love to you. Nice to see you on live. And here's my song. See you next week. Lots of love. Bye.